NLE Chopper, listen to me. You can't go walk the runway with that little walk. You remember that walk you had? I think I'm a bad... You can't come back to that walk. I think I'm a...
After NL Choppa dropped his latest track, KO, a pointed diss aimed squarely at NBA YoungBoy, the rap world erupted with reactions. Naturally, NBA YoungBoy fired back, responding to the track in his own way, but that's a story for a bit later. What's particularly noteworthy, however, is Charleston White's response to the situation. Charleston didn't hold back, going off on NL Choppa in the aftermath of the diss, making it clear that certain boundaries shouldn't be crossed and that NL Choppa wasn't in a position to address him in that way. He specifically called out NL Choppa's style and persona, poking at the way he carries himself and the image he projects. Charleston highlighted NL Choppa's previous runway-like walk, referencing it as part of a larger critique of his attitude and approach, essentially saying that his presentation doesn't align with the persona he's trying to embody in the rap feud. His message was blunt. You can't step into this arena with that energy or that swagger and expect to come out unscathed, especially when you're taking shots at someone like NBA YoungBoy. The exchange underscores how volatile and performative these rap feuds can be, where every lyric, every posture, and every move is scrutinized and criticized not just by fans, but by influential voices in the culture. Charleston White's remarks served as a reminder that reputation and delivery matter as much as the bars themselves, and stepping into a beef requires both respect for the hierarchy and awareness of how every action will be dissected publicly. The KO track may have been an NL Choppa statement, but the ripple effects, especially from figures like Charleston White, show that in hip-hop, reactions often hit harder than the initial shot. NL Choppa's latest track has stirred the pot in more ways than one, and Charleston White didn't hold back in his commentary. He went on a tirade, disqualifying NL from critiquing certain figures in the game, using his signature over-the-top style to roast both his image and swagger. Charleston referenced NL's runway model walk, emphasizing that if he's going to step out with that kind of persona, he can't just waltz back into familiar territory acting untouchable. He needs to own the energy he projects. In Charleston's view, NL's attempts to posture like a big player while taking shots at others is laughable, and he framed it as NL being disqualified from speaking on certain matters until he's fully earned that lane. This rant ties into a broader context because, just a week before, Charleston had publicly criticized NBA YoungBoy's music, claiming it was toxic for young listeners. Interestingly, NL Choppa echoed that same sentiment in KO, directly calling out YoungBoy for setting a harmful example. YB, babies ain't money-getting. They'll hurt you, break your hair, and mess with your mind, rapping about youth being misled and the influence YoungBoy's lyrics have on his fans. NL didn't mince words either, calling out behaviors that normalize toxic dynamics between guys and girls, framing YoungBoy as a poor role model who encourages actions he wouldn't even undertake himself. The lyrics and themes of the track drew reactions across the hip-hop world. DJ Academics, for instance, commented that NL Choppa seems to be trying to channel XXXTentacion's energy and socially conscious edge, but falls short of the late rapper's depth and insight. Fans and observers were quick to weigh in, debating whether NL's critique hits as a legitimate commentary on influence or just a shallow attempt to stir controversy. Between Charleston White's scolding and NL's pointed diss, the conversation around KO highlights both the cultural scrutiny on rap figures' influence on youth and the high-stakes theatrics of modern hip-hop beefs.
Talk about being jealous and being envious. So you want to make a video dancing around like a ballerina?
After NL Choppa dropped his latest diss track aimed at NBA YoungBoy, the reaction in the rap world was immediate and explosive, reaching far beyond fans and peers. Even NBA YoungBoy's mother chimed in, going off on NL Choppa with a scathing critique. She called out his theatrics, dancing around like a ballerina, putting a man on his knees, and claiming YoungBoy was a bad influence, as petty, jealous behavior. Her message was clear: if you know better, you should do better, and trying to villainize someone who's been crushing it on tour is both misguided and disrespectful. She implied that NL's grievances might be fueled by envy, pointing out that NBA YoungBoy's career is on a historic upswing. Indeed, NBA YoungBoy's tour has been a massive phenomenon. After years without touring, Fans flocked in record numbers, forcing organizers to add 25 more shows due to overwhelming demand. The excitement reached such a level that authorities in Louisiana began expressing concern about public safety. State officials reportedly warned the Louisiana Stadium Exposition District and ASM Global about potential risks of hosting so many large-scale events, prompting law enforcement to plan increased downtown security. Despite this, ASM Global assured the public that proper measures would keep things under control. Understanding YoungBoy's reaction to NL Choppa requires looking back at their history. In 2019, NL Choppa was a vocal supporter of YoungBoy, even releasing a song titled Free YoungBoy during the rapper's legal troubles. But tensions shifted after King Von's passing. In 2022, YoungBoy released Bring the Hook, taking shots at O-Block King Von, which drew industry-wide attention. NL Choppa publicly sided with King Von's legacy, aligning himself against YoungBoy, a move that didn't sit well with the rapper. YoungBoy responded in his song Know Like I Know, rapping about feeling betrayed by those who chose sides, specifically addressing NL Choppa's commentary. Following the backlash, NL Choppa distanced himself from YoungBoy, even renaming his tribute track to simply YoungBoy, signaling a break in allegiance. He later appeared on DJ Academic's podcast and DJ Vlad's platform to explain his stance, asserting that while he respected YoungBoy initially, the unfolding drama forced him to defend his own credibility. The saga reflects how quickly alliances in rap can shift and how personal history, industry politics, and fan perception all collide in real time.
Say this perm having name. You just want to bring it top up. Say, bro, man, you be relevant, and I said what I said, bro.
NBA YoungBoy's trajectory continues to dominate headlines, and the latest chapter only cements his influence. Speaking on The Breakfast Club, NL Choppa weighed in, advising YoungBoy to stay out of trouble and set a better example for his massive fanbase. YoungBoy needs to be more careful. He's got a lot of people looking up to him, and he needs to focus on his music. Ironically, YoungBoy seems to have taken that advice to heart, or at least executed it with precision. His disciplined approach after jail earned unprecedented attention, with reports last week noting that over 400 NOPD officers are being deployed nightly for his New Orleans shows, complete with drones and armored vehicles, highlighting the sheer scale of his live events. The viral energy surrounding YoungBoy hit a peak when he debuted a diss track about King Von's passing during his Atlanta show, a performance that immediately went historic. Fans on Twitter were in awe, with one declaring, "NBA YoungBoy performs the greatest diss track of all time. I hate YoungBoy." The performance wasn't just a musical moment. It was a statement, a public assertion of dominance and influence. DJ Academics even went so far as to crown him the current king of rap, placing him just below legends like Kendrick Lamar and Drake, while asserting that, for the moment, YoungBoy commands the throne in the modern rap hierarchy. The intensity of his influence is reflected in fan reactions. One attendee remarked on the audacity and impact of performing a diss track against 4BF and other Atlanta affiliates in the city itself, noting the sheer nerve and respect it takes to pull off such a move. For many, this performance solidified NBA YoungBoy's status, not only as a top-tier artist, but as a cultural force whose actions, lyrics, and presence are shaping the rap landscape in real time. This is more than a show. It's a masterclass in influence, strategy, and public spectacle, leaving the industry and fans alike recognizing his undeniable command over the game. NBA YoungBoy's fans were quick to rally after the latest tension with NLE Choppa. A video resurfaced from last year showing NLE himself acknowledging YoungBoy's dominance in the rap game. In his own words, he admitted, "Respectfully, the only real head in this space is YoungBoy," giving fans a reason to defend their favorite artist. Before heading into a concert, YoungBoy addressed the industry drama directly on his Instagram story. He called out rappers who rely on him for clout, saying, in essence, that some washed-up artists use him to boost their own views and relevance. "Man, you need someone like me to keep you going," he said, highlighting how some in the game ride on his success rather than grow alongside him. Despite the negativity, YoungBoy remained unapologetic and confident in his own influence. The drama took a sharper turn when the real reason behind NLE's diss track came to light. NLE made it clear which side of the beef he was on, implicitly confirming that he had shifted loyalties in the past. Fans recalled rumors that he switched from being a YoungBoy supporter to backing Lil Durk, and then back again. Tweets from industry observers like Lil Zozama called out this behavior, emphasizing that such switching sides isn't shocking in the rap world. The industry, as he noted, tends to operate on benefit, clout, and exposure rather than loyalty. It's a reminder of how the music industry functions. Artists gravitate toward those who provide visibility, opportunities, or financial gain. True loyalty is rare, and most relationships are transactional. YoungBoy's consistent pull in the industry is proof that while talent earns respect, influence ensures survival. For NLE, the diss track was as much a statement of allegiance as it was a critique, signaling to fans exactly where he stands in the ever-shifting dynamics of the rap game. When it comes to loyalty in the rap game, NLE Choppa made his stance clear. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours. He acknowledged that not everyone sees things that way. Some prefer to stay neutral, keeping their distance from conflicts, and he doesn't judge that. Shout out to those who've stayed true to Durk's camp, real family and friends who've held it down through everything. Meanwhile, the industry is buzzing. Hundreds of mutual followers have been tweeting, urging fans to pick a side. If you ride with NBA YoungBoy, stick with him as he returns from jail. But NLE has openly aligned himself with Lil Durk, even as the majority of the rap world pivots toward NBA YoungBoy. The attention isn't just online. Officials, police, and even the city of Atlanta have shown support for YoungBoy, giving him an unprecedented platform despite him being an out-of-towner. Some local rappers, who've faced harsh judgments in the past, must be feeling a mix of envy and frustration watching an outsider receive accolades for actions far worse than their own. DJ Academics reports that rappers are scrambling to realign themselves, reaching out to NBA YoungBoy to show support. YoungBoy has been weighing these gestures, trying to decide whom to forgive and what connections to nurture. Advice given to him is simple. Trust your heart, follow your instincts, and handle each situation based on what feels right. After all, the rap industry thrives on loyalty and betrayal in equal measure, and navigating it requires both caution and confidence.